Hi everybody, welcome to my channel. And in today's video, I'm going to show you 3 bracelet designs that feature the Galaxy Blue Star Murano. When I originally purchased the Galaxy Muranos, I thought I would put them all on one bracelet design. But then when I started playing with my Pandora, I actually created 3 different designs using them. Well, one is kind of a tweak design. So I thought in today's video I would share those with you. This first design is called Heart Melter. And it's one that I just recently created using some charms that I had left over, pulled off other designs. And I'm so happy with how this one turned out. To start with, I've got the Starry Heart, and I use this one to cover the threads. This is an oldie. It was first brought out in the Winter 2014 collection. And if you can believe it, in Winter 2014, brand new in Canada, this charm was $25. Next up is the Wintry Delight, and this one has a glittery midnight blue, and then it's got some polished silver snowflakes. And then I have the white geometric facet. This one is retired, and just like the name suggests, it does have some faceting. Do you see around the core there? I've got 3 of these, and this is the one that has a little bit of blue showing around where the silver is. So I just decided to kind of go with it, and I used it, but my other 2 don't have that. This dangle is called the Vintage Night Sky Dangle, and it's still available for $80 in Canada. It's got the CZ moon and stars, and then again that midnight blue with a kind of a swirl pattern to it. That enamel is really pretty. There is an inscription on the back that says, "I love you to the moon and back." And this is the first of the Muranos. They're all different. I've seen so much variation in this Murano. This one's kind of a brighter blue. It has those little bubbles that go around just like the Galaxy. And then there's a few that are a little bit bigger. The way that the stars on the side of this Murano are put on are actually matching on this one. Sometimes they're a little bit different. This one's actually matching. This open work charm is still available, and it's the open work Sun, Stars, and Moon. And Pandora just did a fantastic job. This is one of my favorite charms that they designed in the last couple of years for an open work. It's simple, no CZs, but look at all the detail. And because of the design of using the stars, the sun, the moon, it can go on so many designs. It's very versatile. And then I have a very old clip on here. It's just the plain silver clip. And sometimes I find if you have like busy patterns or CZs, it's nice to put a plain clip in the middle, kind of quiets it down. Because it's so old and retired, it does have a little bit of dings there, as you can see, but overall it's in really good shape. I picked this one up pre-loved. And then I've got a spacer. This one is called the Blue Sparkle Spacer, and it is still available on the website. And now we're moving on into the center of the bracelet. And my first dangle here is the Snowflake Dangle. This one is very delicate, and I have seen it where those little prongs of the snowflakes have broken off. So you do have to be really careful with this, that it doesn't catch. And then next to that, I've got Orbit, and it's that same midnight blue sparkly enamel with the CZs going through the middle. And Orbit is just a fantastic charm. I actually owned 2 of these when they were in a 50% off sale. And then the namesake of the bracelet, this is my Heart Melter, and he is so special. Like, I just have to smile when I see him. I don't know how you cannot smile. He's adorable, the little eyes and the mouth, and he's even got little feet. And then on the other side, you've got kind of a similar pattern, but if you see, like, it's a little bit different because they're hand painted. I don't know, they just have such a goofy little expression, and I just adore him. So some people call it a nice cube. Some people call it a block of ice. I don't know, he's truly a heart melter. And next to him, I have a petite facet in blue. And I've got the Heart of Winter Dangle here, and that one does have an inscription. I think it says, "You melt my heart," in the middle. Yeah, it says, "You melt my heart." So that's kind of fitting to have the heart melter right there. Another spacer, the Rockstar clip. This is a fantastic clip. It's really creative of Pandora. I wish they would do clips in more shapes again. And then this charm here is a Black Friday charm from 2013. It does have the year on one of the sides. there's the year there. So it is stamped onto the side. It's called Let It Snow. And again, you've got that snowflake pattern, which kind of tied into this dangle here. This is the second of the Muranos. The other bracelets only have one each of this Murano. This one was a matching blue to this Murano. For this design, I tried to pick two Muranos that were as close as possible to each other. This one does have like a little bit of like a brown in the middle in some parts, and it's got a little bit more variation than the other Murano. And then I have the pendant here. It's called the Midnight pendant. They also came out with a ring as well and earrings. It's very pretty. Next is Intertwining Radiance, and it's got the clear CZ, but look at the detail of the silver work on top of that CZ. That beaded detail and the pattern is just such a gorgeous charm. But for some reason, I'm not using them as much as I should. So I'm really happy that this one made it onto this design. And then I've got Blue Galaxy, which is like crisscrossing lines. And they said it was to reflect the cosmos. So this is the first bracelet design I wanted to share with you guys using these Muranos. And it's called Heart Melter. And it's one that I just newly created in the last couple of days. And I'm thinking it's going to be a permanent design, at least until next winter. So we'll see what happens then. These next two designs are a mixture of available charms that are still on stock and ones that are long retired. And I find that sometimes tricky to do, to combine the new and the old releases. This bracelet design I've been calling Midnight Butterfly, and because the star of this bracelet is this beautiful cameo butterfly. And I wanted to create like a garden theme, but a little bit different. So I started going with like a night theme, because picking up the blue tones here. And then I also threw in some stars because I was doing the night theme. The first oldie on here is the blue topaz flower. I recently shared in my previous video that I got a match to this one, which I'm thrilled about. Then I have a little pave star dangle. And this is the Galaxy Blue Murano. So this one is quite different than the others. Do you see the difference between them? How bright the other one is compared to this one? When I initially received this Murano here, I was going to return it because I thought, oh, that's really dark. It's not necessarily what I'm looking for. But then when I started designing this bracelet, you see how the color mimics the cameo butterfly? I thought, you know, maybe it might be kind of nice having some Muranos in little different tones to pick up different designs. So this Murano here, like I mentioned, is darker. It doesn't have those bigger bubbles in it, but it does have a lot of glitter. So to me, it's definitely like a night sky. It's really pretty. It's almost got like a purpley hue to it. Very navy. And then next up, I've got the Sparkling Owl, and he has those beautiful eyes and a stone set eyebrows, and he is one of my favorite owl charms that Pandora created. I just think they did a fantastic job. Sometimes I find when they use CZs for eyes, it can look a little creepy, but this one here, just they nailed it. It just is beautiful. Next to the owl, I have the Always By Your Side owl dangle. So they mimic the owl charm. So in the dangle, it's supposed to be a mother owl and a baby. I can barely make out that baby. Like, do you see? I think I see two little eyes. It's more like, yeah, the features aren't quite there with the baby, but you can make out that it is the owl. And I thought it was really nice to put the two together. And this is the butterfly clip. So I picked up a pair of these in the Black Friday sale for 30% off. Hand painted enamel. So some of them, the green is a little bit darker, some are a little bit brighter. I was just so happy to get a pair of these. And this is the design that they're with. I think they might stay with this little cameo butterfly. They might travel into different designs together. But one thing I never noticed when I first purchased it is that some of the butterflies actually go over the edge. So it's not like a straight line to it. It has that little bit of movement and texture. And Pandora did a fantastic job with these. There is a matching spacer as well. And then I've got another one of these open works. And then I've got a retire charm. This one here is called Patterns of Frost. And I was mostly looking for that blue shade to bring out the cameo, and just to give it a little bit more of that night theme. And here's the star of this bracelet, the cameo butterfly, and it's carved in agate. And then they put these beautiful silver pattern around it. It is stunning. It is so beautiful. And then the back has the Pandora logo. And then of course, butterflies are attracted to flowers. So I put the apple blossom here. This one is very pretty because you see some of the blossoms are a little bit turned up. So they're not all the same shape. They have a little bit of variance to them, and that's really nice. This charm is the openwork leaves charm, and I haven't polished this one since I received it. It is starting to oxidize. You can see how the leaves are getting a little bit more of a pronounced pattern. Slowly it's getting there, so I can't wait to see what it looks like in another year. Another one of the clips, and then I've got my foxes. So rather than split up my owls and my foxes, I decided to keep the dangle with the charm. The dangle's called the Fox and Rabbit charm, which is kind of like a really boring name, to be honest with you. But it is a little rabbit and a fox hanging out together under the moon and the stars. And then you've got the enamel disc here. And on the back is a really nice saying. It says, "We can be different and still be kind." And then I've got the blue-eyed fox. This charm is still available on the website. And then I've got Follow the Stars. And this one came out in 2014. And then just for a little touch of fun, I decided to put Bellabot on here. And I don't know if she's gonna stay on here. Bellabot really travels. She travels to a lot of different bracelet designs. I haven't found anything permanent for her, but I thought maybe she would just add that little touch of whimsy to this. So again, I call this one my Midnight Butterfly bracelet, and it has one of these Galaxy Muranos on here. This last bracelet here I shared at the end of July, and it has some two-tones and some creamy enamel on here. And I was initially staying away from the color of blue, but again, you know, I was playing around with some different designs with this Galaxy Murano. So with this bracelet, I ended up taking off 5 charms and I replaced it with 4 others. And I just kind of changed the bracelet design to have a little pop of color to it. And one of the charms that I added is this gorgeous one here. It's called the Celestial Mosaic from 2017. And it's that mother of pearl, and it's kind of like a dark navy black background. It really pops and stands out. And I only have one of these charms, and because, you know, my need for symmetry, I thought I needed to have 2 to make a successful design with it. But I think it really works with the balance here because I've got the dark color, dark color, dark color. You know, good things come in 3s in design. So I managed to achieve that, and I really like how it works. Next to the Celestial Mosaic, I've got the Golden Star. It has a lot of 14 karat gold on this charm. My goodness, beautiful. And then I've got the Pearlescent Dreams. And this enamel is the EN23. I know it's not popular with a lot of people because they prefer a more white enamel, but I really like the creamy enamel. Actually, Pandora called this a silver enamel, but I see more cream in it. And matching that enamel, I have this dangle. This is one of my very few Rue La La purchases. It's called the Friendship Star. And again, it has that beautiful cream enamel there. And then next to it, I've got Illuminating Stars. I think this one was retired now. And then in this last year, I was very fortunate to find the Starflower. And what makes this charm really special is not just the 14 karat gold, but in the middle there is Cognic Diamonds. Like, stunning, like Pandora used diamonds, you guys. Like, isn't this charm amazing? Beautiful oldie. And then here is my Murano. And this is the very first one that I handpicked, and I am thrilled with it. This is my favorite Murano that I have. It has that little touch of turquoise. It's got some darker colors. There's a little bit of brownish tones there, a little more turquoise. Like, I am so thrilled that I was able to handpick this one. I wish I could handpick more that matched, but I went into the store to look to see what they had, and they all kind of look like that same brighter blue. They mostly had those tones. Another one of my Rue La La purchases is Cosmo Tommy. So Cosmo Tommy has been available on Rue La La forever. And I adore him. I absolutely adore him. He is my favorite astronaut Pandora has created. He is big, he is chunky, like he is like a centerpiece of a bracelet, but he's worth it because he is absolutely adorable. I don't know. There's something about him that he just kind of checks all the boxes for me. This is a new addition to the bracelet. It's the shooting star spacer. So you've got those puffy stars that kind of overlap each other. This one I did purchase used. So you can see it's a little bit dinged up. This one's called Planet of Love. So you've got the cutout heart, that creamy enamel. It's really nice. You've got two cutout hearts there. And then I've got another two-tone. This one's called Saturn. And a nice amount of gold on that one. And next is the spinning globe dangle. This one is really special because it does spin, and the enamel, the blue, it's really nice and sparkly. It's just a really creative, unique charm. I had a hard time placing it at first. It didn't land into a design that I really liked until this one. So again, another one of the pearlescent dreams, 14 karat gold stars, and then at the end I have one of the clips that has the silicone lining to keep it all in place because it is a smooth bracelet. So this is an updated, tweaked version of a previous design that you've seen, and I love the changes I've made to it. Just adding these three darker charms, it just kind of gives it that little extra pop of color. I did really like it when it was just the creamy enamel and the stars, but I was ready for a change. So these are my three new bracelet designs that I created with the Galaxy Star Muranos. In the comments below, I would love to get your opinion on which one you like the best. I know they're all somewhat similar, but yet different. So I've got the Galaxy theme, I've got the Midnight Butterfly theme, and this one is my heart melter. He is just adorable. So thank you so much for watching, everybody. I hope that you enjoyed this video and seeing a few more of my Pandora bracelet designs. I hope that you're all doing well. Take care. Bye-bye.